Okay, we're back for another Training Diaries here in Cape Town. This is episode, I think, number 4, and it is the end of the season. And being the end of the season, everyone is going super hard before they leave. And this year is no exception. We've got some big crashes coming up in this episode. We've got some massive jumps. We've got lots of action as well. Lots of real close action and stuff and throwing moves going down all over the place. We've got doubles on the lake. I think we've got that as well. And we've also got a pretty scary moment where some of the freestylers got shot at. Yes, I did say that. Farmer, not happy. The boys are on the lake. It started off with Jamie Howard, and he's coming in. No one knew anything about it. The farmer pops up and... yeah, and he didn't stop there with Jamie Howard. He went straight next to Yentel Cares. Yentel Cares is coming in and took him straight down. Balz Muller in the arm. Ouch! And then Nick Hibditch, he wasn't going to get off lightly either, so he had a bit of a pop shot. Yeah, and then he finished off with another one on Yentel Cares. Oh! Tricky. Is that a new feature? A farmer pops a few shots off? I don't know. Tell us what you think of that. But no, like I said, the boys have been up in the sort of lakes right up in the back. One of the main lakes up there that they use is called the BrandVlei. It's a really handy lake because it works in a northwesterly wind. So it doesn't have to be that windy here in Table View. And when you go sort of, it's like an hour's drive, and it's like this sea breeze effect where it's obviously cooler at the beach and it's warmer up there and it pulls the air through. So you get this accelerated effect. Really nice place. Awesome for freestyle. And the guys have been using that spot a lot. Grassy rigging area. I actually went up the other day. Yentel Cares drove me because I've still got the boot on, so I'm not really driving that much, although I am driving the last couple of weeks. But when we went up there, he was actually being my chauffeur, so that was quite nice. But yeah, pulled up to the beach, first time I've ever been there, and a really nice spot. Great for throwing down the moves. And what was really good to see was, I have to say, Yentel Cares and Balz Muller going toe-to-toe. They kind of stuck together, you know, most of the day, and they were kind of like one would do one move and then the other one would do a move, and it was like, you know, trying to one-upmanship, I think it's called. I think I saw some scopus where one would do one and the next one would probably try and do a bigger air one. And I saw quite a few funny moves as well. We also saw the T-bone. Yes, the T-bone. The switch stance forward. I think Johnny Rock would be super happy to see that move coming back. But the boys were getting some quite nice ones. They never seemed to get, both didn't seem to get a good one-on-one run. But individually, they had some quite nice T-bones. Is that move going to come back? I don't know. We also saw, what did we see? A Gozarda. There was a Gozarda off. Yentel pulls off one, and then you see Balz Muller going for it next, and he goes off, gets into position, and he's going, and he's going, and he's going. And you're thinking, yeah, all right, he's going. He's what he can do. Yeah, okay. And he's going all the way across the lake. And then he just absolutely... No, he doesn't nail it. He crashes. Yeah, exactly. But anyways, the thought that counts. Also, I mean, obviously the move of this winter is the Shifty. It is the move that all the boys that are pushing the limits, trying to push the PWA level, are all going for the Shifty. And the BrandVlei Lake was actually the sort of lake where it was kind of invented, where Balz Muller really got into going for them. And this year, like I said, we've seen some hell crashes from all the boys. But Yentel and Balz were basically going head-to-head on the Shifties, and some of them were great. One of them would pull a nice one, the next one would stack it, then, well, you know, Yentel would crash, and then Balz would come in with a planing one, giving it the celebration, and there was just Shifties galore going down. Yeah, just Shifties everywhere. The double Shifty or Shifty Pasca, whatever they call it, where they do 2 rotations, that has definitely caught on. Now, that move can happen when you take off too far upwind and you actually over-rotate a bit, but there's some of the boys that are going for them on purpose, and Ouch! I'm going to leave you with a little montage. Yeah, and as I'm leaving you with a montage from the BrandVlei, we've got to talk about Steven Van Brocko because it reminds me, I remember getting a couple of clips from a KFC session, which is next to KFC, funnily enough, on the main beach here. And I just turned up the beach, whacked the camera out. Steven Van Brocko was out, and his first move was this.
Heading out. Windman's going. Oh, delicious.
Ow! You see his hand just go straight in the air like, ooh! I thought, crud, he must have hurt himself. I followed him for a bit. He seemed okay, but didn't get up for quite a while. In the end, he's made his way back to the beach, walked up, and I was wondering, he was walking okay. So, I thought maybe an ankle or something like that could have gone wrong. And then you see... coughing up blood, yeah. So he took a nasty sort of punch to the stomach. It looks like it was just the water. It could have been the boom, but there's definitely blood, isn't there? And he was feeling a little bit worse for wear. We were trying to work out if he needs to go to the hospital. We decided in the end he didn't, and luckily it's been a while ago. He's still okay, so it was a fair decision. But there was a few people on the beach that day taking a few pictures. The whole camera club turned up. We even saw a model on the beach as well, so that was kind of action at the KFC beach. We're going to go back to the BrandVlei now. We're kind of mixing it around a bit, but the BrandVlei definitely had a lot of action going on. And the first run, we've got to talk about the first run of Balz Muller. Before he went out, he come up to the camera.
Double first. Do it.
Yeah, and that's what he said. Doubles! He was keen. He wanted to do a double on the first run. So obviously I follow him out and I'm thinking, he's getting to a point where I'm thinking, I don't know if he's going to do it. But this is Balz Muller. Of course he's going to do it. So didn't have the best ramp, but went for it. Yeah, it wasn't high enough and he didn't go round. So he come back in, next run out, he's hacking. You can see he means business. And boom! Yeah, check that. Double on the lake, little bit wet, but sails away. You've got to claim that one, haven't you? I mean, he does sail away from it. So after 2 runs, he'd already done a double on the lake, and that kind of put him in the mood for a pretty much an epic session. And this bloke has got all the moves. So he's got the standard stuff, but you've got to look at this other stuff he's doing, which is a little bit outside the box. Now, I started seeing him going for forwards. Obviously, he's been for the doubles, and then he does a few forwards. And I'm thinking, oh, hang on a minute, he's taking his leg off. So he's doing one-footed forwards. A couple of them went a little bit wrong, but most of them were looking really good. And then I see the old one hand, 1 foot, and I'm thinking, okay, that's sort of Ricardo's move off a big wave. And then I love this one. The 1 hand, 1 foot grabbing the foot grab, as they call it. Yeah, the foot grab. So 1 hand, 1 foot grab. It looked pretty sick. He was quite stoked with that, actually. Didn't quite land it, if I remember rightly. But he was super stoked. And he is, like I said, he has been a joy to watch. He has some big crashes. We can't take it away from that. But he lands the big moves as well. He can hardly walk up the beach. I mean, every time you see him, he's rubbing one part of his body. It looks injured. It doesn't look good. And then, like I say, he's walking up the beach. You can hardly walk up the beach. He was here actually in this very apartment rubbing like the horse cream into his leg. It's like this stuff for horses, but I think it's the only way he gets through the day. But he's still super motivated. He's always explaining his moves. He's always just very vocal and dreaming up all this stuff. So the injuries, or I don't know what it is, don't seem to be slowing him down too much. But it could be his new look. Yeah, it could be the new look, the Bogan look. Now, he's sponsored by Severn Sales. And the Severn, I've usually have a little few random things written into their contract. I know Dieter van der Eycken, there was something about shaving his head or maybe cutting a mullet and stuff. Well, Balz Muller has just forgot what's written in the contract and just gone all out on his own anyway. So he has shaved his head. He's got the mullet going on. He's eating a meat pie. I mean, can you get any more Aussie than that? Absolutely great. I'm sure Ben Severn is just, he's signing next year's contract as we speak, no doubt about it. Got to be a bonus in there. And we've got to mention, actually, while I'm talking about Severn Sales, we've got to say Severn Sales are sponsoring Windsurfing.TV this year. So that's really good. You'll see their banner on the website. Also, Simmer Sales are also sponsoring Windsurfing.TV. I did ask a few others, but it was a bit late in the day, and those are the only two companies that really came forward. So, like I said, if you're interested in Windsurfing.TV and you want to support the supporters, those are the two companies to get involved with. So I've got to give them a little bit of a shout out because, like I said, it really helps the support and helps things tick over here in the headquarters. What else are we going to talk about? I think we're going to talk about Jamie Howard. Yes, we did see him getting shot earlier, but luckily he recovered from that shooting, and he has been sailing super good. We mentioned the last one. He's obviously a club VAS staff member over here for the whole winter, and he's been pushing super hard. He's got moves on both sides, that's no doubt about that. I saw him get this absolute massive air Scopu at the BrandVlei. Looked absolutely sweet. And he's got, like I said, he's got a very nice style and everything seems to be working. He's got the shifties as well, but more on the sea than on the lake. On the lake, they weren't going so well. I didn't really capture them very well, but we got a few crashes, that's for sure. Yeah, so Jamie Howard sailing really good. Like I say, watch out for that fella this year. I'm sure he's going to be right up there in the PWA. Also, got to mention Nick Hibdage. He was obviously at the BrandVlei cruising around with the boys, staying in the same house all together. And he's got a nice style as well. Doesn't always pull it off when I get the camera out, but, you know, he's really famous, I would say, you know, within the group for his nice shove-it Spocks. And he got a few nice ones, got a few bad ones as well. And probably his best one, as I was filming it, I went to press record and I was already recording, so I kind of missed it. But you can see the beginning of it. Oops. But yeah, like I said, he's got some moves. He's had some shifty. He's had a couple of big crashes as well, though. The shifty really is causing a couple of headaches. Oh. Look, Speecher as well, another one who's been having a few headaches. Oh. That is nasty. That is a head plant if I've ever seen it. I apologise for not getting much stuff of him, but he was a little bit more upwind than the rest of the boys, and I really struggle to take my eyes off Yentel and Balz when they're fighting out together. So a few moves from Loic, but he's sailing really good, super consistent, and looking on fine form. And he's actually had one of the best wipeout show reels I've seen online. I remember him posting one from Fuerteventura, so it's a shame I couldn't follow him a little bit more. And then obviously we've got to talk about Yentel Cares. Now this guy, he is such a force. He really burst onto the scene, I thought, this year. Got that podium up in Fuerteventura, just missed out on the win. But we're going to see a lot more of this fella this year. He has just got every move in the book. Those both ways. He's got the super spins. He's got the power moves. Just check these out. Yeah, absolutely. The guy is just on fire. Just when he wants to stomp something, he'll just go massive. But I got to be honest, there was one move that really stood out this day, and it's got to be the double backflip. Yeah, without the board and the sail, but the double backflip, how good is that? I've seen him do stuff on the beach all over the place, but I've never quite seen the double backflip on the water. I like it. He's only a 1.5. He said on the sea he can go absolutely huge and spin around. I know Mark Angulo is famous for a move like this where he sort of launched himself catapult over the boom and then would do a somersault out, but never seen the double backflip going backwards. That's pretty tidy. So Yentel Cares, just like a man on a mission. Another man who's actually been helping me out. We've been doing a spot guide for South Africa and actually around the world for Windsurfing.TV. We just kind of started kicking things off here in Cape Town. It's Adam Sims, yeah. You'll know him from his vlogs and all that sort of stuff. So if you haven't seen any of that, check it out. Well worth it. But a very good cameraman, very good on the water. The problem is, he's another one of those sailors that when I get the camera out, it kind of doesn't live up to what he was doing before or after when I put the camera away. But I still got him doing a few tasty moves. But I have to say, most of his best moves were off camera. Some nice, big shove-it spots, and very good at the old planing forwards. And like I said, I didn't get his best ones. We've got to shout out the German, Julian Weimar. But he's another guy I kind of missed. He was upwind, and every time I put the camera, I'd spin it around, I'd catch something. But I did have a request of one of the boys chipping in the beer money for some German action, and Weimar, and I haven't delivered. So I apologise there. But definitely a big shout out to all the guys chipping in the beer money. You can see the list has definitely got thicker since Cape Town started. So it's good to see that you guys have been enjoying these Cape Town training diaries. But just look at the kings at the top. I just have to take my hat off to them, because that is serious money, man. I appreciate that, and it definitely buys a few beers, help keep the vocal cords nice and lubed up. We do have coming up next on the diaries, we've got a big jumping session from Balz Muller. And Adam Sims was out there, and he was off the beach here in Doodles, and they boys were just going absolutely massive.
Can't see.
Actually, in saying that, I'm just saying they're going massive. I might have to leave that one because I really have to get ready. I've got an eye operation. I've got to remove a Pterygium from my eye. It's been bugging me for like 7 years. I've started wearing glasses now in the water when it's super bright and stuff, but the problem is once it's already grown, you can't go back. So I'm going to have the operation here in Cape Town, so they're going to cut that off, and I need something to do, and I'm not going to be filming obviously because my eyes are going to be bad, so I will leave the Balz Muller stuff. I know there's a lot of people been texting me saying I can't wait for the Balz Muller stuff, but it's worth waiting for, because I've got some of that, and I've got some stuff from Scarborough, from Simsy, just belting it late, and it will come soon. It's going to be end of the week, let's say, and I will record that and do that. So there we go. Keep posting, keep commenting, keep liking. I appreciate all the support, especially the Beer Money crew and Severn and Simmer for getting on, supporting the website and chucking in some cash. So thank you very much. Hopefully see you soon. I'll probably see you one eye. I'm going full pirate. I got one leg. Got another couple of another month left in this boot. Can have one eye. I just need the hook and the parrot, and I'll be good to go. So stay tuned. Windsurfing.TV. See you soon. What are you doing?
God. Harry's locked me up, so I can't take my sail. Now the wind's gonna drop.